Hey guys, welcome to the Vinyl Den, the your channel for record collecting by record collectors. My name is Nick,
I'm Ian.
and if you haven't done so yet, go back and check out all of our previous videos. I just did one.
Please.
I've been doing these like midweek videos of the last two have just been me by myself. Ian's supposed to do the one for next week. We'll see if it gets posted or not.
Well, no, I was waiting for my records to show up. So and
Okay.
3 out of the 6 have, so I can at least
Okay.
do something.
So next week, Ian's gonna have a solo show up on Thursday. Hopefully,
I am.
And just so you know, Ian, I try to put them up at like 4:00 on Thursday.
Well, I'm off this weekend, but I go back to work Monday night, and I'm working straight through for 4 days, and I have one night off, and then I'm back for 5 days.
So record it Sunday then.
I'm gonna record it. I'll probably record it. Yeah, it'll be recorded by.
And by the way, it's like 15 minutes long. You can do it at any time.
Indeed, I probably could.
Yeah.
I gotta set up my stuff because I don't keep my laptop at my desk, so
yeah,
it's a matter of getting everything situated.
So the last episode, the episode that came out last week, the list for Record Store Day had already been released, but it hadn't been released when we recorded the episode.
Right.
So we kind of I figured we'd kind of talk about the Record Store Day list that came out and what's coming up, because I know there's quite a few things that I saw on the list that I'd like to get. I know you weren't as enthused about the list. That
I don't. I mean, granted, there's a lot of titles, but not a lot of them spoke to me. Didn't really stand out.
I can say there's
two
a lot
for
of stuff on the list. I'm not even sure what it is. I've never heard it before.
Yeah, but there's 2 for sure that I want, that I'm gonna get. There's another one that I'm going back and forth on, but
before you get into that, I do want to say that if you don't know, Record Store Day was originally scheduled for, it's normally the 3rd Saturday in April, unless that weekend is also Easter weekend. Then if it is, it gets bumped up to the 2nd weekend in April. But because of all the COVID and all that stuff, it got pushed back to June, late June. And I think it was supposed to be next weekend. I think it's June 20th was when it was supposed to be.
Right.
Which would be the day before Father's Day. So it was supposed to be that day, but obviously with everything going on with a lot of the plants haven't been pressing anything. A lot of the vinyl comes out of Europe, so there was shipping and supply issues. So they decided to kind of break up the traditional Record Store Day into 3 dates. So there's going to be a date in August. There's going to be a date in September. So it's going to be August 29th. It's going to be September 26th. And then it's going to be October 24th. So I think it's like the third Saturday in each month. Mm-hmm. So it's actually going to be 4 Record Store Days in 4 months if we count in Black Friday.
Christmas, right. Black Friday. That's what I always associate it with Christmas because it's Black Friday.
Yeah.
But
it's the start of the holiday shopping season.
Right. So where do you want to start? Do you want me to just?
Well, I do want to say real quick that if you go on the Record Store Day website, I'll put a link in down below. That if you click on the website list of it, it doesn't kind of break it out the same way that it does on the PDF version. If you go to the PDF version, it actually gives a better breakdown because there's different classifications for records for Record Store Day. There is if it's marked with an E on the PDF, that's an exclusive Record Store Day release, which means it's only going to come out on Record Store Day. If there's an L, that means it's a limited run or it's like a regional focus release. So there could be some more, like it's only going to be released in certain areas of the country. So it's still going to be an exclusive, but it's going to be for that region. And then if it's an F, if it's marked with an F, that just means it's a first release for Record Store Day, which means it's released on Record Store Day, but it's also going to get released later in the year or again. So since Record Store Day is happening so late in the year, it could probably be released, say the very tail end of the year or beginning part of next year. There will be more pressings of it, but the pressings, the subsequent pressings might not be the same as the Record Store Day. The Record Store Day first release may be a colored vinyl, and then the subsequent pressings could be black vinyl, something along those lines. So if it's marked with an F, you could probably still get it later in later in the year or next year, but it might not be the same color.
Right. Okay. Cool.
If you wanted to kind of throw some of them out
Well, I
there
was
before I
waiting.
get to my long list.
Well, I'll start by just mentioning the main one. This is number one. When you told me about it and I looked at it, this was guaranteed for me.
Which comes out August, because I know exactly what
August
you're going to
20,
say.
yeah, August 29th is Stormwatch 2, which is for 2019. They did the 40th anniversary box set of Stormwatch by Jethro Tull, and as they've done with previous albums, in a full book 4 CD set, and then subsequently released the original recording vinyl, repressed and remastered or remixed by Steve Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
The box set has, and as with all the others, has different versions of songs, and in the case of most of them, unreleased songs. So what this is some of those early recordings of songs that are on the album, but they're different versions of the songs. Yeah. And it has 2 completely unreleased tracks, which are on the box set, but they're not on vinyl at all. So, and they're really good fucking songs. They're some of the best Jethro Tull songs I've heard ever, I think.
Yeah.
Just because they're unique. They're very different from a lot of especially the different from the stuff that's on Stormwatch, and they were recorded during the Stormwatch sessions. So I'm really excited about that one, to have those songs on an actual vinyl. And the demo versions of the songs are quite interesting too. I wouldn't say they're better than the studio versions, but they're quality. They're high quality song tracks.
And that's a Record Store Day exclusive, so that will not be reissued after that.
Right.
Is there anything else coming out that day in August that you were interested
nothing else for August for me that I wanted. There's a few that I saw that I wouldn't probably get them, but it kind of stood out to me. If you want me to run down those really quick. Gorillaz is releasing 2 separate albums, a 3 LP set called D-Sides, mm-hmm. and then a single disc, which is called G-Sides. Gorillaz, some of their music I like, some of it I don't. It's the lead singer of the band Blur. It's his band, his separate band. I don't know. I like Blur better, honestly, because it's more rock oriented, whereas Gorillaz has hip hop elements and other things going on.
Those are both Record Store Day first, so those will both be reissued.
Both reissued. So I mean, even if I was considering it, which maybe a little, but yeah, it's something I can wait then. There's a live Green Jelly album coming out.
Yep.
This one you probably have, Thelonious Monk live.
Which one is that? Is that
it? I didn't write down exactly what it was. It's a live album.
That's Paris. No, it's not. Yeah. Is it? It's written in French, and it's 1963. Right, and there was a French album for that year, but I don't have.
There's a special. It comes with the original concert poster inside the record.
That one probably won't be released in our area because that's a limited. That's a regional release. Yeah.
Okay.
The Green Jelly is a first release. So
okay. Green Jelly, I might consider getting their album, the studio album, but I'm not big on live albums. It's something special has to be going on with the live album. This last one I've got for the there's 2 more. The Cure, Blood Flowers, picture disc is coming out.
Yeah.
If it wasn't a picture disc, I'd buy it. But I'm not a big fan of picture discs. And I think Blood Flowers, I didn't have a chance to look to see, but I think I can get Blood Flowers on standard black vinyl. So I'll just wait for the black vinyl.
Yeah, and that is a exclusive for Record Store Day.
Okay. So that's the only reason that's not on my list to buy is because it's a picture disc.
Yeah.
But this one neither of us would buy, but it's called the Ted Cassidy 7-inch The Lurch. Do you know who Ted Cassidy is?
I don't.
Okay, he's the actor who played Lurch in the original Addams Family.
Okay.
And it's his album, and it's called The Lurch. And I saw that and I just started cracking up because it's like, I'd be curious to hear it. You know, I wouldn't buy it, but I'd be curious to hear it.
Like I said, there's a lot of stuff on there. I was like, what the hell is that? That's definitely one of them.
Well, it stands out because it's him, done up like Lurch on the cover.
Okay.
I was like, what is that? So I clicked on it, and it's actually him. doing, because I didn't know his name was Ted Cassidy. I grew up watching
I didn't know that either.
reruns, but I thought that was kind of interesting.
There's so some of the ones I was interested in is Nick Mason, who is the drummer for Pink Floyd. So Nick Mason, Saucer Full of Secrets, they're releasing a See Emily Play 7-inch. See Emily Play was the very first Pink Floyd single.
Yeah.
So they're going to release their version of that. I'd love to get that. That's an exclusive. Space Hog Resident Alien comes out August.
Oh, I didn't even see that one on there.
Yeah, that's
no,
on
I
there.
want that one too.
So that's coming out. I'm definitely going to get that one, or at least try to get that one. Bob Marley Redemption Song. It's a 12-inch with several different versions of Redemption Song, which is my favorite Bob Marley song. And so that's going to be released on that August date. Pink Floyd is releasing Arnold Lane, which it's on a 7-inch. It's the one that they played at Syd Barrett's funeral. So it was like the last time that the whole band played live together. That was the very last time. So they're going to release that on 7-inch. That's like actually be a first. So if I don't get that, I'll get it when it's reissued again later.
Right.
And then
you'll probably buy both copies anyway. If they're different, you'll probably.
I'm sure they'll probably be the same. Pink Floyd, for the most part, doesn't release different versions.
Okay.
Outside of Division Bell, they released that blue one, the blue translucent one, which I wish I would have bought, but I got the black version of it anyway.
Right.
And then something very strange, and I'm sure you're going to laugh your ass off about this and think I'm completely insane. Pink Fong is releasing a 7-inch on Record Store Day in August that I've been wanting to buy for quite some time now. And when I first saw it and wanted to get it, it was only like $20. And I was like, maybe not. And now it's like $70 online. I don't know why. But it's a 7-inch of Baby Shark. And it's a song. It's a kid's song. And you know what it is, don't you? You've heard of it before?
Oh, I'm very well aware of the song, yeah.
I wanted, just because it's a very interesting 7-inch. I'll toss a picture up on the screen of it too. But I'll grab that
cover
if
up
I
my
can find
disgust. Put the picture up to just cover my disgust.
It's Baby Shark. But anyway, that's all I had for August.
Because Baby Shark, I can't fucking stand that. It's garbage. Oh my god. Anyway, it's a kid's song. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But you know.
What did you have anything? Did you see anything for September? I feel like August was like the big one that I felt like.
Yeah.
Then there's only a couple in September, and then October is like really questionable whether or not to even go.
September, I actually only have 2 written down. The one I want is Charles Mingus.
Yep.
That one I'm getting. I'm not big on the jazz like you are. It's definitely not to the same level that you are, but I really like Charles Mingus. I don't know what it is. There's something kind of progressive about his jazz playing that I really enjoy. And then the Doors Soft Parade Stripped. I couldn't find any details about that though.
That's what I definitely want. So the Soft Parade, the Soft Parade has a lot of like strings and horns in it.
Okay.
So your clicking your pen is driving me freaking crazy.
It's nicotine withdrawal. Sorry.
So they're releasing a stripped version of the Soft Parade where they're going to take out all the horns and all the strings.
So basically, just be a band album.
Yes. So that's one that I definitely have on my list that I want to get.
Yeah,
and that's actually going that'll be exclusive for that September date.
Okay, I'm gonna get that one then too. So now I have 2 for August and 2 for September. When originally I only had 2 total. So.
There wasn't a whole lot else. I felt like September. There was they're releasing the other 2 that I want to get are both first releases. So if I don't get them then, I'll get them eventually. But one is Roger Waters' The Wall live in Berlin.
Okay.
Which is a fantastic album. It was I think that was from like early 90s he recorded that. If that's the one I'm thinking of. And then
I think I remember that too, yeah.
And then Ellie Goulding, who's she's a British singer, but she's got an album that it's like the 10th anniversary release of it. I'll get that if it's available. That's nothing I'm like desperately wanting to get, but it's a good album for what it is. That's all I had for September.
Well, is it? I didn't write it down because it's not one I would get. But Billie Eilish live at Third Man Records, is that August or September or October?
Um, I didn't see that on the list.
I saw it on the list. I got it. I'll
Keep,
bring it up.
Keep talking. I'll find it here.
Okay. Well, I'm going to move on to October then. There's two that stand out in October, but I definitely am not going to buy. The other one I'm up in the air. Alice Cooper Live 81. It's a two disc set. I'm not a big fan of Alice Live. I want to see Alice Live.
Isn't it like 83 or something like that?
No,
too?
It's 81.
81. Okay, I knew it was like early 80s.
Yeah, I think it's even recorded
like
early
a questionable period of his career.
Yeah, he was coked out. He doesn't even remember the vast majority of those years. In fact, that was the last year he toured until 1986.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he didn't do any live shows from the end of 81 to 86 because he was all coked out. And he got sober in 84 or 83, late 83, but he still didn't do anything until 86 live. And like I said, I'm just not a big fan of listening to Alice live. I'd much rather see Alice live because of the show and
it's about the theatrics and everything else to it.
Yeah, if it was a DVD, I'd consider it or Blu-ray, I would consider it because you're seeing the performance, the theatrics and stuff. But
what was the other one?
Listening to it just doesn't work. Skid Row Slave to the Grind reissue.
That's one you definitely want to get.
No, it's one I would get. I just haven't decided if I want it. It depends because my memory of the album is that I liked it.
Yeah.
The problem is I haven't listened to it.
I haven't heard it in about 30 years.
Exactly. Me neither. I was going to say about 25 years was probably the last time I listened to it.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I'm probably going to have to go on Spotify, listen to it, and see if it still stands out.
Yeah.
Because Skid Row's first album, those tracks still kind of hold up. At least the big ones. I haven't listened to the whole album, but the 18 in Life still holds up.
Yeah.
I don't know if Slave to the Grind because they only had the one single off of it, which was Monkey Business. I don't know. I'm gonna have to give it a listen, but it's possible I'd get it because I remember it being a good album.
Yeah, the only thing I saw in October, there's a Modern English is releasing a 12-inch of "I Melt with You," which is it's just the one song, a couple of different versions of it. That's the only thing for October that I really wanted. That's why I was like, it's kind of up in the air, even whether or not I'll go to that. I'll definitely go in August. I'll definitely go in September. I'm up in the air. I'll probably still go in October just because I'm crazy.
You're addicted. Yeah, you're addicted to the store.
But
if you're not in that store for at least once a week, your blood starts to itch.
Pretty much. There is two other releases that when their original list was announced for April, I was really interested in getting, but I noticed that they were not on the list that came out for August, September, October. And that's My Chemical Romance, Life on the Murder Scene, which is a live album. It's a great live album though. And it, so that wasn't on the list. And then the other one that I was really wanting to get, the Rolling Stones Let It Bleed. And it's a hand pressed, multicolored, because if you've seen the album cover, it's like the multicolored cake, but it's a hand pressed multicolored vinyl like that also. And it's going to be I forgot, there's like 500 copies of it or some, like it's like going to be a really small limited run. So both of those have actually been pushed to Black Friday.
Ooh, okay.
Both of
them.
I
didn't look at anything that's any of the Black Friday stuff.
There hasn't been anything announced for Black Friday.
Except for that one.
Those have only been, nothing's been officially said, but since they're not on that, the speculation is that they're going to be Black Friday releases.
Gotcha.
Well, that's all I had. I mean, I just wanted to kind of run over some of the stuff that we thought was interesting, stuff we might want to grab. If you want like a more in-depth review of or preview of Record Store Day, come check out the first episode of the Life in General podcast for next month. We're going to do a whole like hour plus dive into Record Store Day and some other stuff that we find really interesting about it. But
cross-pollination, people.
Yes, but that's all I had. I mean, go back and check out all the previous episodes of the Vinyl Den. I do want to say that I said it on the Thursday episode. I want to say it on this episode since Ian's here that I really appreciate. We both do, I'm sure, all the support we've had the first couple of weeks of the show, and You know,
Yep,
I feel like
absolutely.
we've gotten a lot of, I've gotten some positive feedback that I think can help us grow as a show moving forward.
Yeah, and we're getting views. People are watching, so
Yeah,
I
I appreciate it.
good.
When you start something like this, you really don't know what the response is going to be, or if
Right.
anyone's even going to watch it. So
Right.
I'm encouraged by the fact that at least we're getting people watching our show.
Yeah, I mean it's just a
So
handful, but it can get
hey,
bigger. You
yeah,
know.
excellent. We're growing every day. So I just want to say, you know,
Absolutely.
give us a thumbs up, right, Ian? Give us a thumbs up.
Thumbs
Subscribe
up.
down below,
Subscribe.
and
Yes.
share the episodes, share the show.
Absolutely. Tell your friends. Tell your family.
Yeah,
Your,
well, that's all
your
I got.
grandparents. Grandparents love vinyl. They grew up with it.
You can
Tell them about it.
leave a comment down below, or you can email us at the Vinyl Den Channel at gmail.com. Well, that's all I got, Ian.
Yep. I'm
Until
good.
next time,
Talk to y'all later.
keep on spinning. Peace.